What's going on, guys? It's Tomo Topton Wrestling. Welcome back to another episode of Intergender Wrestling. Yesterday I uploaded a video where I discussed the interactions between Becky Lynch and Baron Corbin, and that video has done really well, so I want to thank you guys for the support on that video. And now we're going to be talking about Seth Rollins versus Lacey Evans. There wasn't as much interactions and they were more minor, but I want to talk about the effects it had on the match, how it helped the match, and a bit of trivia in terms of when these kind of spots were last done. So there are some very small spots that really happened in this match, and not a lot of it was them really properly hurting each other. It was mainly Lacey trying to hurt Seth, but either Becky Lynch getting in the way or Seth Rollins reversing it, though there were a couple spots that did actually take place where damage was done. The first spot where Lacey is basically trying to hurt Seth was when she tried to hit Seth Rollins with the kendo stick, but instead Seth Rollins actually caught the kendo stick, and then Becky Lynch came up from behind her and started destroying her with it. Now the next one is actually when Lacey Evans just kind of destroyed Seth Rollins along with Baron Corbin. Seth was on the floor and they just started pummeling him with kendo sticks, and this one was kind of mad to me. It's been a long time since we've seen a proper full contact weapon spot between a man and a woman in the WWE. The last time, and I researched this because I was going to do it for my last video, I researched this, was Carlito against Victoria in a match on Raw, where Victoria hit him with like a cane or a magic wand or something like that. And to my memory and to my research that I've done, that's the last time there has been a weapon spot between men and women, so this was fairly interesting to see. And then the second one was they were going to do a suplex to him through a table. I wish this one happened. This one would have been really crazy, because I'm pretty sure the last time a woman put a man through a table was when AJ Lee pushed CM Punk and Daniel Bryan off the top rope through that table. I remember that spot like crazy. That was such a weird spot. And then the final spot where there was actually some damage was when Seth and Becky did a double suplex onto Baron and Lacey. But what's interesting about this one is obviously with double suplexes, there's a chance that you aren't in contact with another opponent. For example, Becky Lynch was on the end, meaning she was holding on to Lacey and no one else, and not Baron. But Seth, on the other hand, had one arm on Lacey and one arm on Baron. So Seth suplexed Lacey, pretty much is what I'm saying, onto the stage, and it was pretty brutal. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Obviously a lot shorter than the other one. I thought the most interesting spot that really happened in this match was Becky Lynch and Baron Corbin's end of days, just because of what it did for the match. Really, it did amazing for the match and made Corbin look like a mega heel, and I like him more of a heel because of it now. But yeah, the interactions between Seth and Lacey were very minor. I wasn't expecting much to happen just due to the fact that Seth's a top babyface, so they wouldn't have him go for the opposite gender. Like I said, this series is because there was reports earlier this year that intergender wrestling might be starting to get integrated into WWE, so I wanted to kind of highlight a journey leading up to that point, a progression, and there definitely has been a progression in the more intergender stuff. You know, we actually get men and women contact and proper full contact rather than just, you know, tripping each other up and comedy matches like we had with James Ellsworth. We had Nia Jax in the Rumble this year. We had this match last night, which was a really good match actually. But yeah, I'm rambling, guys. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter at Topton Wrestling. My Instagram's at I'm Tom Bell. Goodbye and keep on rolling.